Thank you, Rose. I'm here in front of the United States District Court for the Northern District of California, where the Perry v. Brown case has just ended for the day. There are many people protesting just over 2 hours right both in support and against same-sex marriage as the lawyers exit the courthouse. Luckily one of the plaintiff interveners, Mara Hensley, has agreed to speak with us.
Good afternoon.
Now, Mara, could you explain your argument in support of gay marriage?
Well, we have several experts from different fields such as psychology, history, and economics that make our case. We first and foremost have to battle the negative stereotypes people have concerning gay people in order to combat the damaging effects they have. Historian George Chauncey testified about the discrimination against gays and lesbians in the 20th century. They were viewed as criminals, sexual deviants, and child molesters. These are the kinds of views the Prop 8 campaign relied on. They emphasized the need to protect children from gay people. This stereotype is unfounded. Psychologist Michael Lamb refuted this misinformation and stated that gay people are no more likely to threaten children than heterosexuals. Furthermore, these negative views lead to less political power for LGBT individuals because, as political scientist Gary Sager shows, this discrimination carries into laws, and there is less political compromise with other groups, since they view LGBT individuals with these negative stereotypes. Psychologist Letitia Petlau testified that couples benefit both physically and economically from marriage. She also provided studies showing that in terms of relationship quality and stability, same-sex couples are no different from opposite-sex couples. Furthermore, another expert, Elon Myers, stated laws like Prop 8 stigmatize gay people because these laws show that the state rejects their relationship, which can increase negative mental and physical health. Psychologist George Herrick agrees with Meyer based on findings from some of his own studies, which report that anti-gay marriage laws institutionalize sexual stigma that people internalize. This compounds prejudices against gay people as well as self-prejudice in LGBT individuals.
Does legal recognition of relationships between same-sex couples such as domestic partnerships improve their mental health?
Although there has been a recent study that suggests slightly better mental health of couples in legally recognized relationships, that does not mean that domestic partnerships are equivalent to marriage. Domestic partnerships do grant some benefits, however these are by no means the same as rights granted under marriage. And society does not view them as equal. Herrick described a letter sent by the state to registered domestic partners that recommended they dissolve the partnership since upcoming changes to the law might lead to financial problems. He concluded that an analogous letter to married couples would not have included a suggestion for divorce. These type of actions support Myers' study findings. He reported that domestic partnerships can actually stigmatize same-sex couples since, as many of our other experts agree, they do not offer equivalent rights, financial benefits, nor do they have identical social meanings as marriage. Furthermore, one of our economic experts, Lee Padgett, testified that gay couples are less likely to seek domestic partnerships than marriage, so they do not have the same protection or benefits as in a legally recognized relationship. Another expert, Edmund Egan, demonstrated that both same-sex couples in the state benefit more economically from marriage than domestic partnerships. Egan explained that married couples tend to be wealthier because they can pool their resources. He went on to note that the state and local governments continue to lose money because Prop 8 cut the number of weddings, while also increasing costs associated with discrimination against gays and lesbians.
Could you comment on how the defendant interveners are building their case?
In simple terms of numbers, the opposition only called 2 witnesses in comparison with our 9 expert witnesses and 8 laypersons. One of their experts is David Blankenhorn, who founded the think tank, Institute for American Values. He testified about his definition of marriage that, he stated, should be between a man and a woman for the purpose of producing children biologically related to the parents. He furthermore pointed to higher divorce rates and more births outside marriage as examples of the deinstitutionalization of marriage. Although he did agree that granting marriage to same-sex couples would benefit California and its localities, his belief that same-sex marriage would only further deinstitutionalize marriage led him to support Prop 8. The opposing counsel also called political scientist Kenneth Miller, who disagreed that gays and lesbians lacked political power. He testified about recent successes for gays and lesbians on the state and national level. However, he did concede that some of the support for the Prop 8 initiative stemmed from anti-gay sentiment. When it all comes down to it, I feel we have made a strong case to show that the state of California should have no interest in differentiating between same-sex and opposite-sex marriages.
Thank you for taking the time to share that with us all. Well, that's all from the courthouse. I'm Tracy Clue saying have a wonderful day. Back to you in the studio, Rose.